Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Sorry we're a little late.
Michael, good morning,
everyone. Good morning, Pop. How are you?
I'm good. Evidently well rested.
Good. That's important. We got people in the house. We got Joe Jerk. What's up, buddy? Good morning.
Sure.
Working hard at the shop, I assume. We got Cooter's Garage. What's up, buddy? Of course, we got Greg. How you doing this morning, sir? Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Talib's in the house. Thanks for being here, man. And Mom's in the house. Good morning, Mom.
Good morning.
Oh, so we're back. We're back.
We are back. What an adventure JOEFEST was.
Yeah, it was an adventure. That's true. That's true. Great show. We had an excellent show.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this a lot. Probably our best show. I mean, we've only been like showing JMK and a couple of KUK stuff for a few years, but this is by far the best one we've had.
Yes.
Yes, we honestly could not have had a better spot.
No, it was a good spot.
We ended up like right where you come in the door. We were pretty much right there. Sergeant Slaughter was, when he came in the door, he was to the left, and Rage and Spoon was kind of in the middle, and then we were the next little table, and Longbow was on the corner. We were right there. It was great. Great location. We got to Doug Hart, who does the art for Call Sign Longbow and Operation Recall. Doug sat with us at the booth quite a bit during the weekend, doing signing stuff, and we got to chat with him a lot.
Yeah,
we got to connect with a lot of people. I'm not sorry for this, but we really didn't have a lot of time where we were just looking at things on the floor. Like everything was a mission to go here, a mission to go here. And if you had a chance to kind of look at a booth as you went by, there was some of that. But yeah, it was. I was definitely busy, and it was awesome. We got to. This is a cool thing. It's pretty regular for us to get to have dinner, obviously, with Call Sign Longbow and Skeletron guys. We get to do that a lot. But this year we got to have dinner twice with Lenny and Corey from Boss Fight Studios.
Yeah.
What a cool thing, swapping stories and joking about the current situation. So that was.
Is that the cup rattling on the desk?
Can you hear some rattle?
Yeah.
I don't know what is rattling. I'll take my hands off. Yeah, I don't. I can hear it towards the back of the where the computer is set up. Maybe there's something over there rocking.
It's so weird.
The cup's on a paper towel, so it's not rattling.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it was awesome, and we got to talk to Beast the Mesozoic guys. Those guys were fun at the Sunday night dinner. That was a good time. Of course, the Marauders guys are always fun. We don't get a lot of engagement with them personally, because we're usually a few booths away from them, but they're always fun to talk to as well.
Yeah. Sunday night was kind of like most of the people that we are somehow engaged with from that group. I mean, it's very clear that Skeletron and Marauder have a relationship. Obviously, we have a relationship with Skeletron and Call Sign Longbow. So it kind of at least once on the weekend, we try to all get together, and we got to do that again this year, and it was great.
Yep.
Great. Raging Spoon joined us, and it was it was kind of all of our like close people, you know, that we definitely call friends, and
certainly.
And like I said, we got to have a few more people at this one. Got to chat with some people a little outside of our circle, and I honestly never would have thought that, you know, I had never met Lenny. I've known Corey for a few years, but I'd never met Lenny, and to get to hang with him twice. And Sunday night after dinner, we were waiting with them while they waited for their Uber, and got to have like just a fun like conversation that had nothing to do with toys or anything like that, just general anecdotal stuff that
goofing around.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, you go to the show and you see the people you see all the time, and you usually talk about G.I. Joe somehow, but sometimes the best moments are the ones that you're separated from that, and it's just getting to know people and who they are. It's a lot like faces with names when we do the show, and you know, all the people we got to see. 6'10" Joe Daddy, who's is truly as per his description, as per his username.
Yeah, it's very accurate. Very accurate.
Very accurate.
For sure.
So that was cool.
Born in Slade family.
Slade. So that was really good.
Oh no, that sucks.
That does suck.
I'm ready to hear that, man. That's not a good way to start a Sunday.
All right. Speaking of headcanon there. Thanks, buddy. Everybody that was at the DFW should have their kits now. Headcanon's already had a little issue with his. We got to work out. And I still need to finish putting together the video this week. After, I gotta tell you, the Monday night adventure, like it took it out of me for a day and day or two, and I couldn't even like catch up, you know. It's one thing, you know, we would have gotten home at 8 o'clock and slept and all that, but getting home at 5:30 in the morning, and man, it was just it disrupted everything. And I've got from the show, I've got a few more lines in the water, I guess you would say, and so trying to get some of that straightened out, and just and honestly, 2 shows a month apart, my rooms are just an absolute disaster, you know, because I was just focusing on the work and piling something here to make room for another work, and
right,
it was crazy.
Morning, man. Mo, what's up, sir?
Hello. So you know, so it's been a week, and
morning,
yesterday was really the morning, Mom. Yesterday was really the first day that I felt like actually doing something, you know, that wasn't just resting and trying to get my bearings. So I guess I just actually feel like it's a Sunday and I'm ready for the work week. I mean,
morning, Ken.
Morning, Ken. That's kind of my point of view on the last week. It was an absolute blast. I wouldn't trade it for anything. For anybody that knows the story about Friday night, Enterprise did compass the complete rental. It doesn't take back our time, but it does make the ease of, you know, calculating how much we spent to go to JOEFEST. It does take a little pressure off of that. So
definitely. Yeah, it definitely does. Again, says you could definitely tell that an engineer packed the box for the kit. I have never seen a box so securely packed. You could drop a truck on it and it wasn't breaking anything.
Well, I had
what you hear about boxes of stuff. It's usually the opposite. So that is nice.
Yeah, for sure. No, man, I knew, I had the little box and tried to we nested all the parts in there to make sure that they didn't warp or hurt each other. And that was what I was originally going to ship in, but I just remember how many hours I have in each of these kits. And I thought, let's just put it in a slightly bigger box. Pack the crap out of it. You guys will hear the rattle, you know what's in there, but it's not going to move around. So it definitely. I was just lucky that I found a box that would hold both the little parts and the two pieces of the hull for those that got those. But yeah, you guys got just the kit tight, so I can't wait to see how people do with it. Definitely, it's definitely pretty. I'm pretty proud of it. I did sell. I took 5 to JOEFEST and sold all 5 of them, and I sold every one of them to one of you guys, I think. Which that means a lot. Like Mikey and I talked about this last year when we had a rough year. Both shows were rough, and we were just like, do we even still want to do this?
Yeah,
and I'm glad we did. These last 2 shows, DFW was pretty good, but JOEFEST was on point. Of course, we did have stilettos on hand at JOEFEST, which we didn't have at DFW. For me, now, I think Mikey did great on both shows, but I'm pretty sure last week was the top.
Oh yeah, for sure. No question about it.
So to know that I was able to get 5 done, sold all 5 of them, and I got to sell them to people that have watched it be created. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sold them all. I sold about half of the figures I brought, and probably another 30 or so heads. So it was great.
One of my favorite things looking back was, I think it was Saturday morning. Show's getting ready to open. Mikey's going to run an errand. As what happens when you run an errand at JOEFEST, a dozen people stop you. You get in a conversation. I'm sitting there. First guy that comes up, he wants heads, and he is just like, I don't know that he'd ever seen them before, but he's like, well, I'd take that one and that one. Okay, so we hadn't had our pre-game warm up where it's like, here's where the bags are, here's where this is. And this guy's wanting heads, and I'm up to 11 at this point. 11 heads this guy's picking out, and I'm popping heads off of the display figures and looking in the box. I'm like, I need help, And finally, I'd waited, and I just I asked the guy, I said, listen, man, I really want you to talk to him so he can tell you what else he has, and because I may not be seeing it. And I don't remember how many. So I got his number. I texted him. He came back to the booth after Mikey was there, and I don't know how many you ended up selling him, Mikey, but I know it was a bundle.
I think it was 11. Yeah, it was quite a pile.
It was, and so that was a couple of things there. It was funny because I'm panicking, and and there's really no reason to panic. This guy's like, no, I want him. I'll be back. And he came back, and a lot of times in the past, we've had people like, okay, I'm going to come back and get that. And nobody ever does.
No, usually not.
But man, that guy came right back as soon as I texted him, and everything was all right. And it was a pretty substantial inventory move, and to know that was the first sale hook of the day, man, that was cool, and it felt good because that, preview night is, you got all the people that see you all the time. Those are the people that always pay for preview night. You got your other vendors. Preview night's usually pretty brisk. There's not a lot of wandering around because you don't have anything to do. There's always people at the booth, people asking questions, people looking at stuff.
Yeah.
So, and you expect that. So Saturday morning, that's when the real show starts, and those are the people that may not necessarily be on the shows or may not know who we are. So it set the pace for the rest of Saturday. It really did. And Saturday was very brisk. There's lots of customers. There were a couple of dull spots, but I barely remember them because either we took that time to smash down some lunch or, just rearrange everything after pulling stuff out and looking at it and stuff. So Saturday was an incredible day.
It was a great day. Yeah, it was a great day. I mean, I definitely was able to take some time and walk around. Zakane and I got to actually walk the show floor a little bit, which was awesome. In shows prior, I wasn't really able to leave the booth, but this one, there were a couple of moments where I got to step away. Once we got past that initial deal with the 11 heads, that dad got comfortable with it, and it was fine. Yeah, that guy was like, he's like, work me a deal, and I was like, yeah, I'll work him a deal. He's getting 11 heads, like, yeah. They came back, and I said, I thought for sure you were pulling my leg. I said, I didn't think anybody'd be buying 10 heads at a time. And he said, oh no, I want them. And I was like, all right, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting to the point where I was running out of space to lay them down, and then I didn't know where the bags were, and I was like, okay, just come back and let's do this right. He'll be happy to interact with you and tell you what he's doing and what else he has available and what you can get from him if there's other stuff you want.
Right.
But yeah, it felt like it set the pace for the day. Sales were good. I think I sold three stilettos day one, Saturday.
Nice.
And 2 on Sunday. So.
Oh yeah. Slade wants to know if the Skeletron con exclusive figure will be at Titans. So it wasn't a con exclusive. It was just the first time they unveiled and made that figure available. That's their army builder. It's their troop builder. It'll be available everywhere. Eventually.
Yeah.
But since JOEFEST is where Skeletron kind of started, that's where they made the initial drop. So they'll be everywhere Skeletron is, the troopers will be there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going up on the website.
Yeah, I think they put it on their Instagram even.
It is an incredible figure, you guys.
It is. It is. Yeah, it looks great. And the engineering in the backpack is pretty awesome.
They did a great job.
In there. It's a fantastic piece, and it looks great, and it works well with everything else they got going on. So, yeah, that's a great figure.
Yeah, we also one night got a little preview of what's to come. Some things they got cooking.
Yes.
They did show the new female 6-inch figure. They did show that at JOEFEST.
Yes, Siberia. She looks pretty bad.
She's beautiful, man. That is peak Skeletron right there. And stuff that's coming is great too. We got to delve into some of the O-ring stuff, both the longbow product and Skeletron product, and some independent stuff that we're working on with some other people under the Grindstone name. So then that was cool. Kind of, you're focused on selling and seeing new stuff or old stuff or whatever you're looking for, and then you get a chance to be reminded that things are moving in a positive direction for both companies.
Yeah.
Longbow we had 2 production samples of figures that shouldn't be much left to adjust. They were really good. They figures sit down now all the way without spreading their legs. Some other adjustments the factory made. So Lancer and the Krosny Ninja should be coming very soon. We got engineering samples of the last 3 of the 11. The Shock Trooper, the Steel Web Shock Trooper, the Adapt Soldier, and there was an exclusive to the Kickstarter, and the Marauder O-ring figure, which is
right.
Which John had wanted he wanted us to imagine what the MTF Trooper, the original Kickstarter MTF Trooper, would have looked like if it was an O-ring. So we got to see that too. We got to see those. Pretty good stuff. The last few months with our factory has been they've been pushing really hard to get through everything. Obviously, you know, it's a you know, take it with a grain of salt. It's still in development. We're still working on it, but real progress is being made. We put up an update, I think, last week on where everything was, and it was a really good update, and we got a lot more positive reactions, you know, than we've been getting. I can assure everyone that we're not taking tropical vacations on your Kickstarter money, that it is in the hands of the factory, and we just have to follow and drive it as best we can from the States.
Yep, it's a frustrating process. Slade says, we live in a golden age of toys and amazing collectors like you two. Well, thanks, buddy. He also asked if I found devil dogs. No, I wasn't looking for them. I just thought it was funny that, like, the week after Tony was raving about these things in New York, these Drake's cakes and stuff, that you showed up with, like, oh yeah, I found these. And I'm like, what? I've never seen those. And Tony was literally just telling me about them. Well, I don't need the hookup. I appreciate that very much, but I do not need snack cakes in the house. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, we destroyed weeks of work last weekend. So
it's very true. It's very true. Yeah, Greg says, yeah, I want to get a couple of them, and I need to order a Robo Skull, and I want the female figure too. Yeah, for sure.
Greg, inside info here. If you're going to jump on that Robo Skull, I would do so.
Yeah, you might want to do that sooner rather than later.
Take advantage if you see any deals, or if Skeletron puts out any sort of incentive, snag it.
If they do free shipping, do that for sure.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's what I did last year. I didn't even get one in person. I was just like, okay, we'll just deliver it to the house. It'll be perfect.
Right.
So yeah. JOEFEST was a huge success. It was a fucking blast getting to meet and hang out with everybody. You know, I appreciate you guys coming up and talking to us. Like, we were excited to meet people that we hadn't met yet, and it was an overwhelming presence. I mean, there was a lot of people that, you know, knew us and knew what we were doing and wanted to see it and wanted to buy stuff, and it was amazing. And you know, we can't thank you enough for supporting us and making that pilgrimage to JOEFEST. It was great.
It was wonderful. It's so cool that between the 2 shows we've been to this year, we've seen so many of you. It's awesome. It's awesome.
It is.
Obviously, we got to hang out with Punks with Toys. Mm-hmm. Hang out with him. Did meet Triple D, Dave. We did get to hang out with him, and of course Shane and Woody. Woody, yep. Cool. You guys are the best.
Yep. Yes, it was awesome. And so now we have Yojo June behind us, and you know, Dad and I thought we'd do what we rarely do, and we would talk about the reveals, talk about some toys.
Yeah, I think that's cool because as we talked about on the trip, it's really strange that there are so many people online, like making it sound like JoJo June was a bust, and I don't see it. I don't see it. It looks like there's a ton of stuff, and there's a little something for everyone. It's not just focused on one specific group of fans. We got new stuff that that we didn't even know about. We've got stuff that we didn't see coming. And and if you include in Yojo June some of the 6-inch classified reveals, or 6-inch classified scale reveals over the last week, this is a badass month for reveals and upcoming product in this scale. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Let's open this up, show you the screen. All right. Actually, let me do that a different way.
It's fall.
There we go. What up, dude? And Chuck you, dude.
Hey, Chuck.
I'm very excited about the action. Yes.
Me too. Too.
All right, so the first one we got was Deep Six. Full regalia, which is pretty dope.
This is really a cool figure. This is the only complaint I could possibly have is that it looks like Deep Six, to fit in that, would have to have a 40K Warhammer body.
Yeah, he would have to be very oddly shaped, but
yeah. Which I always think that when I see Space Marines, because they explain. I mean, that's all explained, but they're genetically made to fit those armors. Whereas, but putting that aside,
I can use the suspension of disbelief for there.
This is a really nice deep water suit.
Very cool.
They give us we're gonna get the classic bubble helmet, but also a more modern dive style helmet with lights on it, which makes sense. You get the rebreather pack that goes on his back. This is great, and I kind of love the weapon attachment there.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. It looks like you could use that for a lot of things. Deep Six was originally one of the few figures one of the first figures that had like an action feature. Even though he didn't have the articulation, you could use the bellows to raise him and lower him in the water. But it looks cool. It looks cool, and because of some of Super 7's recent reveals, it might be possible that we get like a deck side Deep Six, out of the suit.
Sure.
But it's nice. This does help finish out some of the early years, and I like that. I mean, I know that the marketing thought is that, well, we'll keep those people on the hook for a while. But I think with how Hasbro is branching out to other places in the G.I. Joe universe, I don't think it would hurt. It would hurt to to go ahead and finish out each year or a couple of years and be
all right. Yeah, so Talib says he thinks that part of that disappointment is the lack of a HasLab, but he thinks they'll make up for it in some way, which I could easily see that, them just focusing on smaller purchases, just make the figures, right? And we'll come back to HasLabs. It's not a terrible idea. Like this is not an area where I'm going to be mad about not being tempted to spend $300 to $400. That's fine.
I think it really does sound like this year they would they're going to maybe give us some more vehicle choices, maybe that don't have figures, to make up for, we're not going to get a giant vehicle, but now we're going to go back and hit some of the ones that people want from some of the earlier years all through, smaller vehicles that they could easily make and produce, maybe focus more on that for the accessory side of classic.
Yeah, I could see that. Right. Yeah. I think it's cool, but like the Deep Six, the big suit isn't my favorite version of Deep Six. I like the
classic deep sea salvaging look.
Yeah, that's the one I played with. So that's the one that's for me. But this looks great. I mean, it's a cool.
Well, and that one was fully articulated, but still looked like a dive suit.
Yeah, this has got
that was really a great
articulation. I mean, it's got double jointed elbows even, which for big figures is kind of iffy if we get that. So it's a great looking figure.
It really is, and the nice thing about it being tall is that if you're doing a 1984 display, like he'll stand, you don't have to, it'll look cool with him in the back. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I like it. I think it's cool, and I'm pretty excited to get one.
Yeah, absolutely.
The skull head is pretty dope too.
Skull head is pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Want to look at any of these or no? All right, that's terrific. So then we got Cobra Commander with the throne, which the new stuff. Corey did a fucking fantastic job here. This is the torso's nice, the head's nice, the throne looks really good. Like obviously it needs a wash, it needs some dry brushing, but hey man, for those wanting the Cobra throne, that's pretty fucking nice.
It's a nice throne. I wouldn't really display it because that Cobra Commander figure is dope.
Really cool.
I mean, that is just, that thing's just beautiful.
Very nice. Yeah. And
I love that image right there, holding the globe. It's just
very nice. Yeah, he looks freaking cool. I didn't order it because I don't want the throne, and that makes it much more of an expense. But it's a fantastic piece. It looks great. The texture on the tape is amazing.
Just beautiful.
That's freaking sick, man.
This is definitely
even appealing for those that collect in box, which is typical for Hasbro. That's
for sure.
Nice looking.
And the thing is, like, this is a perfect example of when they are ready to dial it in. Third, fourth different release, they're going to dial it in, and this whole set shows that. This is just a beautiful addition to the line, with or without the throne. This whole thing is just cool as hell.
And the art's great. The return of nice package art. That's fantastic. And then this unusual 2-pack. I don't understand this one at all, but I think Jetman and I worked up a little bit of a trade, so he's gonna trade me the Viper and the Trouble Bubble, which I really do like the Viper in the black and red. I think that looks really good. But going back and reusing this Snake Eyes again, that's horse shit. That's terrible. You could have worked up so many better recipes, because when this came out, fine, but these first figures are significantly shorter. Like they can look out of place. And if you're doing army builders, like, you didn't do the first gen Viper, you did the new Viper.
Yeah.
So why not do like the new, what you're doing with the other steel brigades? Like, you've updated. I don't know, it's just weird to me, dude.
It's very frustrating. I personally, I think this would have hit a little better. And here's why. That version of the Trouble Bubble, that hit as there was one similar to it that came out when the Toys R Us did their, they brought them back. This was the color scheme, but then to pull it in when we were doing the 25th anniversary / 50th anniversary stuff, and Target had an exclusive, and it was that the Trouble Bubble wasn't those colors.
Yeah.
At the same time, they also had an ATV with a desert figure that was desert themed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if they would have gone, I can't remember if his name was it like Desert Fox, maybe?
Desert Fox, yeah.
He was a reuse, I think, of a Snake Eyes body. He just had more of a Steel Brigade style head, and he was in desert colors. And I think that if they would have kept that theme between both of these vehicles, like, hey, these were both Target Rise of Cobra, exclusive color schemes, I think that might have felt better to me. But that body there just, can't win them all.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, it just feels super, super low effort. But, can't win them all. That's
it is cool in that we are getting another Trouble Bubble, and we are getting another four-wheeler that lets you get one at retail instead of some of the prices of the four-wheelers now, because they've gotten a little ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Morning, Bear 11.
Morning, dude.
And war chest full of toys.
Great Scott! All right. Share this screen. The Scarlet and Chibang. This doesn't do anything for me. Not a bad reuse. I mean, the figures look true.
They do.
Ninja Force doesn't interest me at all, but the reuse is better than what the club was doing. I can.
Oh, absolutely. And again, like I was saying earlier, we're branching out into, like, I appreciate the fact that they're not just abandoning Ninja Force. They started it a few years ago, and to see that they're still going to seed those into the line, I think that's very respectful to the people that love Ninja Force, because there are a lot of people that love the neon stuff, and I'm sure some of that is coming.
Sure.
But as somebody who's waited for one of the reveals we're going to show since the beginning of the line,
Yep.
I can appreciate that they're going to fill out that Ninja Force team a little bit.
100%.
And, you know, as most people know, the Ninja Force O-ring figures really were kind of garbage. They kept putting in action features in them, and then they weren't as articulated, and, you know, so that they didn't, you know, they gave us good renditions of those figures fully articulated here. So for all those reasons, I love it, because I think that, like I said, I think that shows that they're willing to go anywhere in the canon, anywhere in there. They're just gonna. Hell, you could have been a kid and Ninja Force was the first thing you got because it was the only thing that was on the shelves at the time, you know.
Sure.
So that's very possible. A lot of us that collect, we kind of got in early, and we saw the Ninja Force stuff and the bright colors, even Eco Warriors, as almost like travesty to what we loved. But there are a lot of people that came in at that time, and those things, that's their GI Joe, and I think that's cool. I think it's great for those guys that they are getting supported with this Ninja Force.
Yeah,
like you said, it's really clever reuses, and it just shows that they're willing to address it. I think that's awesome.
I agree. All right. This one up.
Seeing they're doing something with the Road Pig, Buck. Not sure if it's a new fig. I'm not sure. I hope it's not like Sonic Fighter Road Pig.
That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be
probably. He's gonna be the first Sonic Fighter.
Or it could be the undone 95 one. You know, it could be the
Ninja Commando one.
It could be the Ninja Commando one.
It really wouldn't take a lot of pieces to make that either.
No,
here he is.
Yeah. So I've said it several times. I love the Action Man thing. I think that it's perfect. It is super lazy repaint. I mean, it's all Outback with a couple of pieces from oh my god, fucking name. Alpine and, you know, Mainframe's head, but it looks perfect. I mean, it looks like fucking Action Man.
This, I love this for two reasons. It harks back to the very first Action Man of the modern era that I bought, which was the Mountain Climber.
Right.
And he was basically in a black jumpsuit with a green jacket, but he had that hat right there. He had that backpack, and later they introduced that climbing harness, right?
Yep.
As the line progressed and they started to kind of modernize it a little bit, the black-orange thing became Action Man's theme. Yep. So this is such a perfect representation of that first Mountain Trooper, but in Action Man colors.
Yeah.
And Action Man boxes were always orange. So I love this. Repaint or not, this is what I would definitely classify as a very good repaint.
Yeah, I'm in.
I don't need them to mold another rope. I don't need them to make another hat.
No, all the stuff is there. I mean, honestly, like this is like from a customizer's eye. Like, this isn't like, you don't need anything new. Like, you can make Action Man look like Action Man and stick right with the program, and then he doesn't look out of place at all. You know, that first rock climber, like, yeah, he was basically in like a unitard. Like,
yeah.
you know, which at the time seemed
with a little hiking boot and socks.
kind of
I mean,
weird, but seemed
with a little hiking boot
kind
and
of
socks.
kind of
I mean,
weird. But like now, people wear that all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Like now, it wouldn't look strange at all. I'm super stoked about it. And they did so good with the orange. I mean, like I've said, like I am probably one of the few kids of the 90s in America that Action Man means anything to, because I understand that they weren't here. Like you had the hookup, so I had Action Man, but
well, and when it,
I mean,
but
I
when
guess
it
later
got
they
in,
were at Toys R Us, right? Like later they were.
Walmart, like,
Was it Walmart?
yeah, the one that came with the alligator and the floppy hat, that one was at Walmart. The boxer, like what happened, guys, was that 12-inch was all the rage, and Hasbro was pumping out some, started out not so good, but as it progressed, became some amazing military-based action figures. Now they did some sheriffs and some stuff like that, and they did some sci-fi, like they had a science fiction group where they were just reusing Action Man parts, okay, to make new stuff. So before Max Steel came out, Action Man was really the only like adventure themed 12-inch line. Lanyard Toys got into it way later, and they had some really cool accessories like kayaks and bicycles, you know, stuff like that. But Action Man had a bike. He had it was the first time I remember seeing they had a desert set you could buy. I never saw that anywhere here in the States, but it had, you know, it had like basically Desert Flint, you know, that came out with 93. It was basically his helmet with the goggles and the scarf over his face.
He had that
but
cool,
he came with an AK-47
that broke down. That thing was,
yeah.
that thing was so
and
cool.
the AK-47 pulled apart and would fit in his pack, and it had a grenade launcher on it. And for a long time before, and this kind of tells you what era this was, before 21st Century came out, that was, other than getting something from Cotswold, that was the only AK-47 for 12-inch figures that, you know, we could use. And at that time, the 12-inch figures all had bigger hands. They weren't as realistic as they later became. So they had the big clunky hands, almost like the size of the Hall of Fame stuff, but they were articulated, which Hasbro ended up doing later before they went to those slim bodies that they created. So it was like, it was an AK-47, and it was this desert head wrap and really cool stuff. And so for me and Mikey, this figure like takes us right back to that era.
Yeah.
Like you think like the OG, you know, 13 is like everyone, you know, a lot of people, that's their grail because that was their first.
Sure.
Man, nostalgia wins, and this figure hits every single button on it.
It does. Yeah.
Orange
lazy
box,
for sure, but good repaint. Few mods would make it epic. Yeah, I'm super excited about
and
it.
even the box art like reminds you of what the old 12-inch figures looked like.
100%.
With the, you know, with him rappelling down.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Hey, I think that's a good idea.
Scott, thank you so much, dude.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, man. Five memberships. I greatly appreciate that. You get you a little asset.
Yeah.
Big ass titties.
I swear by my pretty floor bonnet, I will.
Thank you.
Ooh, what a lovely tea party.
Oh, yes, of course. I thought you meant him.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you, man.
How appropriate with this last few days to see Danny McBride.
Yeah, no shit. Hope Action Man and Lara Croft lead some adventure team. That would be perfect. That's a couple of Brits leading some U.S. forces through the jungle, through the, who knows? I mean, I'm here for it. I'm
yeah,
so
both of those lines. It looks like the file card like makes it sound like they're just working with G.I. Joe. So this could give us an opportunity to pull in, you know, other small licenses. I hope it could go anywhere.
I hope so. Yeah. He just says, I enjoyed Action Man, and I have the surfing Action Man and the spyish Action Man. Awesome. They were really cool toys. One of my favorite things they had was a spy car that opened up, the hood of it opened. This is like 1/6 scale, guys.
the hood opened up and had a missile launcher in it, and the back had like this pop-up radar thing, and it still had room to pack all his stuff in. And that went with obviously with the spy version, the James Bond. And Action Man even did a James Bond figure in a tuxedo. So, so we could go anywhere with this, and I'm all
really good, really good. White Vegeta, good seeing you this past weekend, man. Issue of Real American in 330 has Tomb Raider Laura in it. Do you think Action Man will make an appearance later too? That would be really cool. I could think of no easier way for them to bring in either one of them with the Energon, because Energon's like all encompassing Hasbro products. Like that shit could get really crazy. Who knows?
Absolutely. And when they did that a few years ago, when they were crossing the comics together, and you had Transformers and Mask and ROM and all of those guys in 4-inch scale, I believe there was an Action Man in that set, right?
There certainly was. Yeah, there certainly was. Well, 78 points is in. What's up, dude? Konnichiwa, nerd. Konnichiwa. What's up, man? Good to see you.
So yeah, I think this is just showing that Hasbro is not only is the line not dead, is they are looking for ways to expand it beyond the OG figures.
Sure.
And still every little bit pepper in a couple of OGs just for us purists. And
yep. Yeah. And I like that on the Action Man, they didn't number it. So even the guys that are completionists don't have to worry about it. Like,
you don't have to buy it. And that places it firmly in with the firefighter, future EMT, policeman. It fits it in with those guys really nice. And it looks like that's the size of the box too.
Yep, 100%. It definitely does. Yeah, he's awesome. I'm super excited about him. And then you got this.
Oh man.
Really, honestly, I'm very surprised that they did this, but I mean, for those of you wanting the original 13 and the vehicles that the vehicles they're in, I can't imagine you being disappointed. This looks great. Looks great.
It is great. I really expected some kind of classified upgrade, like a cage around the gunner seat. And like I told you the other day, I do not understand why these wheels.
Yeah, this is odd.
But I don't know how close they are to the All-Striker wheel. Maybe that's what they were going for. But the MMS, they used the Vamp style wheel, and that is totally missing here. I would have much rather seen the Vamp wheel on this.
Yeah.
But I do love the blast effects. I like it. I don't remember what the price point is on this one.
I don't either.
And I am excited to see those classic pads on a figure. I would have much rather had a silver or gray padded version, so that it's distinct from the other figure we're going to see. More distinct. They did a really good job on on a lot of the figures, but when I look at how they've done so many of the OGs and the reuse of bodies and parts, it fits in with the way Classified is handled in this, and it also gives them an opportunity at some point to do an SDC exclusive where it's Silver Pad Grand Slam with a jump pack, or just a Silver Pad Grand Slam with a jump pack regular. But it seems like a really perfect exclusive.
Yeah,
I'm happy with it.
I hope that happens.
I do too. I'm happy with it, and like you said, it fills the void for a lot of people. And this was, I actually like the flak better than the HAL as far as a laser cannon setup. But this is cool. And we got Grand Slam, man. That's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. There he is. Scott says, I'm surprised that I didn't see anything about it at all. I do see a lot of things before they hit, but this was out of nowhere. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about this one.
I think they were using everyone's desire to see Flash, and they keep teasing it. that this one was kind of falling by the wayside. Everyone was so focused on Flash, we weren't even thinking about, yeah, I want a Grand Slam. And I remember when I first saw this, and I was like, you guys are killing me.
Right.
Like, I just want Flash.
Yeah, just right around the desire.
Yeah.
Bro, what's up, man? It was awesome meeting you, dude.
Very cool.
And I didn't realize you were flying south for the show, so it was really awesome to get to meet you. So
it was great.
Yes.
Another one of those connections that was awesome.
Absolutely.
I do really like the head sculpt on Grand Slam.
It feels very OG-13.
It does.
It feels very OG-13. And I'm glad they just did the pads. Like they didn't try to update it, because I would already be so sick of hearing people bitch about how it's not the original.
Right.
So I don't blame them for not classifying anything up. Just keep this exactly how it's supposed to be. So they'll shut the fuck up, and then later you can come out with a new version of it that's updated and cool, new. Because the guys that just want the original 13 stuff, just give them the shit. I'm so tired of hearing them. Just shut the fuck up. I swear to God, the amount of times I've heard the G.I. Joe's a military line when we're asking for this very fucking thing. Stop.
I remember years ago, I found this document online, back really before MySpace or Facebook or any of that was happening. I found this document that this guy had written, and he wrote it like a real, as if someone was evaluating the G.I. Joe team and their place in the military. And it went into detail about the laser cannons and all of this, that it was, how the science of that worked and why this team was sent out in the field to test these new weapons and this new equipment. And that was their true role. But because they were all active Special Forces service members, they still got called on missions, and they were actually the real world testers of this highly classified tech that the military was trying out. I remember reading it, and I thought I had saved it at the time. It was a WordPress document, and I thought I had saved it, but I've never been able to find it again. But I thought it was so cool. Like, this guy sat down and was like, how does G.I. Joe fit? How does
created the lore to fit it in both worlds?
He didn't focus on the team members. He focused on their tech, the size of the team, how they were supported in the military for this highly classified stuff. It was really cool, and I flashed back to that as soon as I saw that this was releasing.
Sure.
So I'm very excited.
You're not wrong, Crow.
Exactly, man. Like,
you're not wrong.
And I love that they included a holster.
Oh yeah, for sure. YVG says, a little surprised they didn't do Cobra Diaco just to mess with people. I mean,
I was expecting that, Mike. I really thought that they were going to come out with some exclusive, and it was going to be that, and we would all be like, "Are you guys shitting me right now?" Like the Target, when Target comes out with the figure first and then puts a weird paint scheme on it. And you know it's coming, but you still have to wait for the regular colors.
Yeah,
that would not have surprised me at all, man. It really wouldn't have.
Yeah, I think I was asking if somebody had thought that if they would do Cobra Diaco, like if they're going to get into some of the other, international stuff. Like we got Glenda, right? So like they're aware of the stuff. Like they obviously they have the playbook, but are they willing to do it? Because those are all just repaints. Like it would be pretty low hanging fruit, and Diaco's one of the coolest ones they ever did. I will probably make the Diaco immediately is probably what will happen for me.
Yeah, they seem to love that Snake Eyes buck so much. They could do like a international 3-pack with Diaco with this body, Snake Eyes as in Bezor, or even Mortal, Cobra Mortal.
Yeah. Talos 100% said the same thing. Finally, they shut him up. Yeah, I don't the argument that if you just do the original 13, they'll stop collecting was like, well, if they're only waiting for the original 13, then they're not buying anything else.
They're not buying all the other stuff, right?
That's a weird argument, but whatever. I'm glad it's here because obviously it does mean that Flash is coming, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, I have seen the Triple T, and I agree that's going to be a pretty
cool. I like their updates. I think that's cool. I still don't want any part of it, but I'm glad they classified it up for sure. For sure.
That's very true, man. It makes it, I was very aware of military technology at that time, and yeah, I loved it. I loved that era of it just because we were so open-minded about what future war would look like. We had no idea it was just going to be replaced by drones.
Sure. So then we got the Vamp Mark II, which, again, very surprised it took them this long to do this, considering how the crazy price of Vamps just skyrocketed. But then with the Stinger, it seemed like they overcompensated and made way too many of them. But this looks great. This looks perfect. It's a fucking Vamp Mark II. Love the extra armament. Of course, I'm a rocket launcher guy, so anytime I get missiles instead of guns, I think it's cooler looking. It's more toyetic to me. I'm impressed that it's already a piece of the Snowcat. I was kind of impressed, but that was probably part of the plan all along.
Probably was.
But,
and also, it's a good thing to talk about the price point on this.
Yeah.
Because in talking about the price point, once again, let me bitch about the despoiler.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
How is that sweet khaki vehicle sitting behind clutch there? How is that vehicle the same cost as a despoiler?
Yeah,
I don't know, but this is worth every bit of the money they're asking for.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's great. Repaints and all. I'll take it.
For sure. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, Grow. I like that too because it makes me think that they were thinking a little tactically about the danger of firing a rocket right behind the driver.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that. I really do. It's a beautiful touch, and it makes it more value added than just a repainted Vamp. Like
Certainly.
This, they put as much into this as they did the Stinger to make it different, and that is appreciated and acknowledged.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Totally agree. Looks great. It does make me wonder what they have planned for if they're going to do a grunt. Like, are they going to try to do some kind of glider thing, or is he probably just going to be a repaint? Which almost seemed like that's probably what they should have done with this grunt that they just released, because you've already done grunts. Like,
yeah,
you just change the color a little bit, and granted, it's closer to the original 13, so it's probably just to again shut up. here's the forest green one, but I something I wonder, are they going to try to do a glider, or is it probably just going to be retro carded and be done? But it looks perfect.
Well, I know that we had one discussion with a former Hasbro employee that indicated that there was a lot of interest in doing some kind of glider that could be used for both the Sky Commandos, whatever they called the Cloudburst and those guys, but also would be used for a classic like pack. So it was on the table. We didn't really get an indication of how far that got, but we did find out that it was on the table, and there was still a lot of discussion about how that would be designed and what that would mean, how they would package it, and all that stuff. So it's very possible we'll see something.
Could be. Yep. Here he is. Pretty cool. It's just right, you know, like it's exactly what it's supposed to be.
Hello, I don't think so, and here's why. If you're going to get a Vamp Mark One, like if you were going to get one 6 months ago, right, and you wanted one, you were probably buying it to repaint it as a Mark II, or to do something like that, to do a repaint. Yeah, there's still a lot of people that don't have them, but the ones that don't have them, they want the Mark One and they want the Mark II. If you're not a customizer, if you're not somebody that's willing to get in there and take every screw out to get all the pieces apart on this monstrosity, then, and I say that in the most endearing way, this vehicle is very well engineered, how they have everything put together, and it slides apart. Very clever the way they've done it. It's not just a blow molded shell with a chassis under it. This thing is this thing is a very well engineered toy.
It is.
So I don't think it's really going to hurt. It might cause people to not pull the trigger as fast on the Mark II or to pre-order it right away, but I don't really think it's going to eat into the sales. The Mark II has a lot more features. It has the armor plating. It has those pieces. So I think, I don't think it will, but I am interested in how that works out. Really, that's a very good question.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So then we got the render for the Mountain Patrol figure. I love this. I still hope that they do a Snow Job retro pack with, slim down his gear a little bit, but I love the snow aesthetic stuff. I always have. And this just reminds me of the Rise of Cobra doc that they did.
Very much so, yeah.
With the orange and black. So I think this is fucking awesome. This is a great figure to do the legacy stuff with. I think that's fantastic. Yeah, I'm pumped about this. I think this is great.
And it shows that they are, they're still dedicated to that part of the line.
Yep.
These aren't necessarily action team figures, but they are technically non-GI Joe members.
Yeah, it's like the same principle, right?
Which is
non-combative support characters. I'm here for it. Then you got Dusty V2 and Sandstorm.
This is a cool, very cool item with the gut punch of somebody not knowing what a coyote's legs look like.
Yeah, that's brutal. Absolutely brutal.
The body looks perfect. That looks like a coyote to me, and I see a lot of them. And but I do not know what in the world. Junkyard's legs don't look too chunky, for a Rottweiler. Mm-hmm. So why is this coyote got Saint Bernard legs?
I see this, and this screams Hasbro red pen to me. Like, this is somebody had new legs tooled, and somebody was like, well, why don't we just use Order's legs? And they're like, well, that doesn't really look right. And they're like, yeah, it'll be fine. Nobody will notice, to save money on new tooling. But now you've got a completely wonky to be. It's just not. It's fucked up, man. It's so goofy looking.
And this view right here just makes it worse.
Oh, it's the worst view. It's the worst view.
My God. And Headcanon, you're right. Headcanon, you're right. All they would need to do is create an enclosure to go over that 50 cal setup they made, and it would be good enough. Like, I don't need them to totally redesign everything, but that is the worst part of it's so clunky and doesn't fit together nicely, and it just looks terrible on top of it. Sorry.
Yeah. This is rough. This is rough. The figure's okay. New torso, Firefly legs, Tomac Zaymont arms. It's fine.
Yeah, and this as a figure, this figure originally was pretty plain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the cool thing we got with that is we got a Dusty with a beret, but the figure itself wasn't like amazing. You just had a tank top and military pants. Like there was nothing to him that made him like stand out. He did have a really cool gun for that time. Sliding stock, which was something we didn't get a lot of in the O-ring figures. But no, I love the figure, but man, that
Coyote's rough.
That Coyote just kills it.
Yeah, it's Jesus. Missed the fucking mark completely on that one.
Yes, that would be perfect.
Right. Yeah, honestly, I would have preferred a static statue.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to pose that. I don't want that on the shelf with the figure. It looks fucking stupid. But for a bunch of reveals that were mostly hits, just a couple misses. I mean, I could deal with it.
What's next? Crow, I assure you, these guys that the kind of guys you're talking about that have advisory roles, they noticed. But those guys, they pull them in for a thing or two, and then they don't talk to them for a few months, and they pull them in for something else. And yeah, it's just like, why did you guys even do this? And
yeah, they want their opinion on the one thing. They say the one thing, and like, hey, Walt, this should also be like, yeah. I didn't ask for your opinion on that part.
We used an AI program to show us what a coyote looks like, so we got this.
Yeah, we know what we're doing. Okay, who's the multi-billion-dollar company here, pal?
These guys will buy anything.
They're stupid. Rugged Duke. I'm really excited about this figure. This figure looks great.
This reminds me a lot of City Strike Duke from the Pursuit of Cobra line.
Reminds me a lot of Retaliation or
which is very much was inspired the Retaliation Duke. This is cool. I want you guys to imagine that if instead of the video game version of Duke we got for number 1, if this is what they came out of the gate with,
be looking at a whole different line. I mean, this would have done something completely different. I think it would have made it a little easier for people to accept that this was going to be modern interpretations of the OGs. Right.
Instead of what ended up happening was this huge backlash because these aren't my OGs. Well, no, it's 2000 and whatever it was, 22, dude.
Right.
You have a ton of versions of that, and then eventually you get into the retro line and have those. But I like this a lot. What are those legs?
The Sergeant Slaughter 2-pack and that Range Viper, Grim Viper.
Okay.
So this figure is exactly what I was trying to find to make Leatherneck. So everybody that's unsatisfied with Leatherneck, this is the buck.
You got the part.
This is the stuff. Get
legs, arms.
Get him, get his vest, and put it on this, and you have a fucking excellent Leatherneck. Really excited about this figure. One, I like the updated Duke. This is the perfect update to Duke. This is what he would look like currently, I feel. But
Justin Booth, good morning.
What up, JB? Yeah, like Headcanon says, it reminds me of Energon Duke. Yeah, Energon Duke, Resolute Duke. This has been the modernized design for Duke for the last 15 years. Hasbro's just only barely recognized it for one
all the way
Resolute
back
line.
to the, like I said, all the way back to Pursuit of Cobra. Like this has been Duke.
This is it. I love it. I think they did a great job. This is a great reuse of parts plus new arms because G.I. Joe does not have very many 3/4 sleeves. So this is Leatherneck. I'm super stoked about it.
Absolutely, Crow. I agree. I hope this is a taste of things to come.
As do I.
I'm ready. Like we've hit so many of the first 4 or 5 years of figures in their classic look.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see a lot of them updated.
Oh yeah, 100%. So yeah, that's awesome. I did see one of the updated reveals. He has the Stalker 45 that has the extended magazine, which I feel is weird why they wouldn't both be the same like in this render, but who knows what it'll actually come with. Again, this is a fucking render.
Right.
But, point of it is I am super excited to see a modernized version of a figure that's original version. It's really shitty. Duke is not a good figure. It's a lame design. I've never liked it. So every time they like update it, I'm like, oh, okay, right on.
Right. Yeah, we're going to get something and then, oh, okay.
Okay, it's a bunch of Ninja Turtle bullshit. Okay, we got to do this again. So there's the actual figure photography for the Mountain Rescue. It's great. It's great.
He just comes with so much stuff. You could set him up several different ways.
Absolutely. Jesus Christ, the juice that coyote's on. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
All right, Iceberg. Man, did they do a good job here. This is good.
I've seen a lot of complaints about this, but I like how they added the snowboard from Iceberg V2.
Me too. And the Joe versus Cobra line, like I think that's awesome. And it's a new accessory at the end of the day. It's a new accessory.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
And it gives something Iceberg didn't have until V2, and that was a way to get around on the snow.
Yeah, he's like the only Arctic guy that doesn't have skis or something. Like they really did kind of fuck him.
V2, they gave him the snowboard, and it made sense. And because these are special forces guys; they can choose their gear.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, I love it. I only see one piece of reuse. That's the legs. Those are the Firefly legs again, the same ones they're using on Dusty V2, and it's a really good sculpt. So I'm kind of glad they're using them because I think that Firefly is a really good figure. He just has a little loose on the waist on almost all of them, but this is awesome. New boots with the fur. Sleeves with the fur. Nice overlay. He looks great. He looks like fucking Iceberg, man. I'm stoked. Again, so much better than what the last time Hasbro made Iceberg. So much better.
So much better. KJ, the turtles are cool. There's nothing wrong with turtles. That is not a line that in my head should be paired with G.I. Joe. It's such a weird. Like you guys want to make some crossovers that I would die for. Do more Transformers crossovers.
Yeah.
This is fire.
Toxic Viper. This is great. Again, this is a complete scale up. I mean, they didn't change anything. This is even has the stupid gun. Like they didn't change shit.
Horrible gun.
That's stupid. But
Thank God we got this though, so we could keep using that hose mold.
you gotta get your uses out of that fucking hose.
My God, Hasbro Pulse just needs to make like a 10-pack of them, so I can just have piles of them.
I already have piles of them.
I know. I mean, I've been using mine on stuff we're working on, so I would love to be able just to have the hose as part of the sci-fi kit. You know, like just give me a 10-pack. Just give me a bag of these things.
It gets thrown in every single classified figure. There's a hose, regardless if they need it or not.
Yeah, like the perfect reuse item up the item count, and it comes with a hose.
And a hose, yeah, another piece count. I don't know if the arms are reused. Those could be the Frag Viper arms. The legs are appear to be like the Range Viper legs, with new boots, new gloves, new gauntlets. I'm guessing that's an overlay for the chest so that they can keep using stuff. That would be smart. In fact, if it was the sci-fi chest, that would be really smart because it's a really nice piece.
It is.
The head looks fantastic. They're going hard on this zombie stuff, on the creatures side of the G.I. Joe stuff.
Yeah, the effects of the it's like I liken it to in Star Wars games where you choose light side or dark side, and everyone around you gets affected the closer you get to the dark side, and the more they turn to it, their faces start to break out. They start to, have these appearance issues. And I like that idea. I like the idea that Cobra is so purpose driven that these guys that take these jobs, they know they're incredibly dangerous jobs and they're probably going to die because Cobra's like, well, we're going to give you an environmental suit, but
it's only going to do so much.
It's Mylar with a spray coating on it. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're probably going to die within 2 years. They're like, okay, the retirement package is worth it, So yeah, with these guys, the mole rats, all those, like we're seeing the dangers, how little Cobra cares about their troops, but also that they're dedicated to doing it for whatever reason. And I like that. And I think that's a cool subtext.
Definitely. Mistress Armada. This figure looks fucking sick. Yeah,
this is cool.
This is like 100% new stuff. And man, did they go hard on it? Like, that is badass looking armor. Yeah, I'm not familiar with her character from the modern Hammer run, but she's pre-ordered for sure.
Yeah. And the only complaint I have is the same complaint that people have when they play a game like Skyrim. Like this woman has invested heavily in some sweet armor for her arms and legs. But gotta have that.
Keep the vitals exposed.
You gotta keep the chest exposed just in case. Just in case you can disarm someone with your cleavage as opposed to lopping their head off with that sweet sword.
Yeah.
You might just get somebody to hesitate just long enough that you can give them a stab.
Sure. She looks cool. Yeah, she'll look great up there with the rest of it. Just got Snaps will come back to him. Let's see here. Let's look at the rest of the leagues. So they got the week 4 now. Yes.
Just right here, right at this point, this is an amazing Yo-Jo June. Just to right here, what we've talked about so far, this is great. We've got vehicles, we've got new characters, we've got some classic characters. This is a cool month so far. just at this point in our discussion.
And we didn't talk about the last week of May, where they unveiled the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, which don't do anything for us, but it's a lot. It's Sunbow stuff, and people are really, really into the Sunbow stuff. Sunbow / movie stuff, animated stuff. They're into it.
For sure, Crow. She's
Absolutely.
She's a dandy, right?
Yeah.
That's stuff, and as collectors of general classified items, the hope you have is that maybe they'll do an update on a body, and we'll eventually get to have that in proper colors. And I put quotation marks because when I say colors, I am expecting us to get a gray Falcon with the Helo glider at some point.
Sure. So week 4, they give us some actual figure photography of the figures, and yeah, that looks.
I like this because it gives that. It does show that the vest is not just gray; it's got a tint of blue.
Mm-hmm.
I never really liked the original mint look.
The mint, yeah.
It's classic, but other people have tried that and it wasn't very well received. So
also true.
Hasbro took a safe route here, and the figure looks great. Yep.
And you see, even the rifle already has the pre bow in it, so you don't have to do it yourself, which is nice.
Yeah. Which means that the ones we get in the package might actually be straight. They may bow the other way.
I do find it weird they gave him a pistol that has a suppressor, but not the suppressor.
Oh, Hasbro.
Silly Hasbro. He looks great. And then some action shots of Rugged Duke. Hell yeah, brother. I'm into it.
Now we just need a flint to hunt him down.
Hell yeah. Renegades action. Yeah, he looks fantastic. She looks fucking great.
Let me just look at that. That's just cool. She just really looks like she is her own character within the Iron Grenadier mythos.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, looks awesome. Awesome. And then we got Synapse, this new character. This does nothing for me.
Yeah, me either. I wish it did.
I love that it's a new character. I love that they're expanding, but this does nothing for me.
I think what I feel is kind of lost here is the way the head is done would have made an excellent Overkill version 2.
Yes.
So it seems like now if they do an Overkill version 2, maybe it'll just be a repaint of this head with a scarf over his face, which isn't terrible, but it's kind of like you already have a G.I. Joe character that has that face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I even thought about getting this because those are hit and run legs, and those are some of the best sculpted legs in my book. But then they'll probably do a night force hit and run, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But it's a cool character. It's not for me, and that's okay. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, I talked about that. That was the first thing I said. There's some stuff
$30. I don't have to convince myself I don't need to spend. Like it's
totally wait for Ross.
Right. But like again, the sculpting on the torso, like that's interesting. It's nice. It's nice. The arms are cool. Major Blood, we just get the one arm, so it's cool to have some symmetry, which I prefer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's cool.
He is a very cool looking figure. He's just not one that I am going to jump all over.
Not for me. All right, so then we got the Sunbow, or not Sunbow, the movie 87 movie Falcon. Looks kind of, I mean, what we expected. The arms look like they're the Mutt arms instead of the Recondo arms. Legs look like they're the classic Joe legs instead of the Recondo legs with the gaiters on the boots. That's the second Falcon head, so they're not going to go down that fucking road again. Regular shotgun, which I'm super surprised. I really thought they were just going to throw in the CoverGirl, the Benelli M4, but I mean, Mossberg 870, right on, man. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
This is everybody that likes Falcon or likes the movie like this. You have to be happy with this. This is exactly what this is. Like, it's perfect for that. And for the rest of us, this is fodder galore. This is a great book. So I'm not mad about it. That's for sure. What a Triple D. Yeah. The Valkyrie I feel is a pretty weird pick, but okay. Lighten the blue up looks more like the retro packaged Cobra Trooper. And unlike the Cobra Trooper, the Valkyries are pinless, so she's already a better figure than the male Trooper. It's fine. It is exactly what it is. It's nothing crazy here, right? It's fine. No, the Cadet Deming one looks a lot brighter. But, yeah, it's cool. And then boom, Flash.
Woo!
Yeah. Finally.
Wait a minute. Okay. Just checking the hose. I thought they snuck one in on us. They just got it curled up.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, it's Flash. I really like this head sculpt. That's a nice sculpt. And Flash Slam. Yeah. Tony, good morning, brother. Good morning. Good to see you.
Yeah,
it looks
like we said with Grand Slam. This is perfect for this character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looks awesome. Yeah, and Scott, I don't know how you do retro when it wasn't a retro. It wasn't an option.
That was my complaint.
That bugs me greatly. Yeah, like I don't or the green shirt. Like you didn't do green shirts. Like that's not a thing, man.
Yeah, give me a 2-pack with this figure and that female Crimson Guard instead of wasting a retro card on them.
That would have been cool. Yeah, for sure. And then here's this. This is I'm super excited about this. I love this. This is awesome.
Yeah,
lots of new stuff. Good. Very little reuse. I mean, they almost had to do everything except a couple of accessories. But dude, that's a badass Tomb Raider figure. For something we've never had. We've never had a good Tomb Raider figure. And then boom. She doesn't have giant boobs. I'm sure people are upset about, the inaccurate video game boobs, but I'm not bothered by that.
I got to tell you guys, like I played Tomb Raider when it was new, and the figures that came out were so poorly articulated and over exaggerated. This is awesome. What a cool addition. What a cool addition to the classified series. She is like, this is an original to the line character, female character, another one, right? That isn't just a repaint or isn't just a straight up another Cobra, right? This is awesome. She's great.
Yeah. Awesome.
And one of the things I always think about when I was a kid, my sister was a few years younger than me, and I had a couple of 12-inch GI Joes, and she liked Barbies, and we always played together. But she was always really disappointed because she wanted to play with GI Joes with me, and I had Scarlet and Lady J at that time. Man, if I'd had something like this, I could have hooked her in every time with this badass female character.
Yeah, it's great. I couldn't be happier with this one. Like this one, they absolutely they fucking nailed it. It's great. The bow, the quiver, the bags, two twin, dual 45s. It's fucking perfect. It's so cool.
I agree. It would have been cool to have those things, but
yes,
she's a great figure as she is.
That was cool. Then we got name drop of the Red Shadows snake armor.
This is very strange to me.
Really weird. I really thought they were going to go the midnight blue one first.
I
thought
too.
I would have put money on it, honestly.
I mean, I love this version. The snake in red is just. I have a couple of different ones from the Action Man line, the Action Force line. Yeah. It looks so good, but man, like Hasbro has not once in all this time, except for Quarrel, admitted there was a version of G.I. Joe, or never admitted that there was a villain aside from Cobra from that line. And with all of the other companies doing those characters, it's really weird to see them pop in this Red Shadows version.
Mm-hmm.
It's just odd. It makes you wonder if they're not just doing it like a tongue-in-cheek, like, oh yeah, but do you guys have a snake armor?
Yeah.
Or if this is maybe a sign of things to come.
And I didn't watch the stream, so I don't know exactly what they said. I don't know if they said it was Red Shadows or if they acknowledged the Action Force side of it at all, or if they just said we're doing a red one and this is going to be another 788 thing. It's going to be like his fire team
side. I didn't see it either. I don't know.
I wonder. I mean, they picked this picture, which is 100% Red Shadows.
Yeah. But, and another thing too, I will say that as much of a presence as this figure has on a shelf, like the red one is just going to stand out. That is going to look so good on a shelf. There's no doubt in my mind. And if this is all we get and we don't get a driver, well, I picked one up this weekend.
Perfect. Yeah, got one right from Skeletron.
That's right. He's going to look really great climbing up into that cockpit.
So it's awesome. I think it's cool. I don't know if they're acknowledging Action Force, Palatoy, or if they're just, this is the picture of the red one they have. But I'm very curious what that means for them moving forward. But it is exciting because the red one will look so cool.
Ken, I have seen, just noticed in the last few weeks that V1 has climbed up a little in price on online stores.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's become a scarcity or if people are just taking advantage of the timing.
That could be. So another 2-pack. The Slaughters Marauders, or what are they called now?
Oh, sweet, Chad. Thanks. I didn't know that.
Awesome. Man, they don't call them Marauders anymore. But anyways, 2-pack with Footloose and Mutt. So that closes out that original team, which is great.
And I know it sometimes is a little pricey, but I do like that they're doing some of these sub teams in 2-packs.
I know, I like that.
That way you can, even if there's just one of the two that you want, other people might want the other one. There's going to be some great parts here, especially for Footloose. This is our first reissue of the Footloose body. So I'm really curious if it'll be a straight repaint or they do kind of like they did with some of the Night Force figures and dress him up a bit. But either way, this is a pretty cool 2-pack.
Yeah, yeah. And they'll probably call it a 3-pack because of Junkyard. So
well, that's right. Animal companion.
So yeah, this is great. But I like the original Night Force guys were 2-packs. I think that's a smart play because chances are, if you want one, you probably want both for the team, unless one character is like your favorite character kind of thing.
Right. Mad Marauders.
Trade up. Mad Marauders. Thank you, JB. Yeah, you can always trade one off or sell it off for parts, so that's not a big deal. So that's cool. We're finally closing that out. We said the announcement of the Triple T.
I thought too that someone had leaked a picture of what it was going to be. I couldn't find it last night when I was thinking about stuff. I could not find that leaked picture. Looks like it got scrubbed, but
I don't know if I saw one. I was just it was told to me in pretty good description.
Yeah. The Triple T is a little big for a one figure thing, but it looks like they're going to make it. They're going to enhance it. Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. Obviously, it is strange to go straight into battle in a vehicle where the driver is completely exposed, but hey.
Yeah, strange indeed. Especially when like the Slaughter has the Warthog, which is a very legitimate vehicle.
Oh yeah.
Very legitimate vehicle. But it is.
You know what? This is cool, and this because I remember as a kid, like almost everyone I knew that had GI Joes had a Triple T because it was at a great price point, and it was another repaint of Sergeant Slaughter, and for me that was cool.
Right. Yeah, I still say for the 250th should have been the trainer Sergeant Slaughter with the USA pants, but
oh yeah, that would have been cool.
The fuck do I know?
Woody.
What up, Woody? So yeah, that's them. I don't think we missed anything there. It feels like the whole June. Pretty awesome. And like the stuff that we got to find out that is coming down the pike is really fucking exciting too. There's just some cool shit coming. Let's go through these.
Yeah, this is definitely not a line that is dead.
No, it feels very, very much alive. Very much alive.
And it does feel like with Lenny leaving, the projects that he had in play, you can see these new products being introduced. So you can see that a lot of this is we're going to not necessarily change direction, but diversify a little bit.
Sure.
Oh God, this.
So I guess we'll touch on these. Yeah, this is so low rent. Of course, they announced this 2 days after I finished making a Cadet Dimming, which she sold this weekend. I'm not sour about it. Just the timing of it was ridiculous. So Cadet Dimming, very legitimate, very clever reuse. Shipwreck, total dog shit reuse. Like there could have been so many other things in this. I can see, I can definitely see cartoon fans being very excited about this. They're always excited when something comes out in the OG colors. But I'm going to point out right now, Cadet Dimming would not have a chest full of fruit salad on her shirt. She's a cadet, dude. She doesn't have shit. Why she was the one controlling the knob?
So weird.
My God, look at the bow on this scabbard.
Jacob,
fucking crazy. What up, Jacob? Real.
again, it was such a what a great
it's
toy that
fucking
was,
awesome
right?
toy, man.
I mean, you had room in
Awesome.
there for your troops. Sarge could either set up, outside of the hatch, or he could be inside. I love the Warthog. I think it's incredibly cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good vehicle. The Triple T is not.
Honey Badger, that honestly was a piece that I looked for a long time. One of my cousins had it as a kid, and I absolutely loved it. I love the whole line. Milton Bradley did some incredibly cool stuff at that time. We've talked about it on the show before, but I love it. And if you the box is great. The box art, you actually got a kid playing with the toy on it. Man, that's like 1970s perfection. But what's really cool is it's one of those partial cardboard bases. So you put it together, and it came with it's got little astronauts in it. It's a great set. It's worth it if you ever find one that's on the cheap, because it is a really cool play set, and it interacts with the Starbird and the Avenger.
So we got the Fatal Fluffy again. Doesn't do anything for me. It is a fantastic looking figure, though.
It's really cool.
The sculpt's great on it. Really nice. Great packaging. Great packaging.
And this is one of those cases where you gotta love the obscure reference. And I know animated fans are just pumped about it, and that's fine. That is great for you guys.
Yep.
I probably won't get one unless I find one for a pretty decent cheap price. But
yeah, I don't see that one happening.
I don't either. It's cool though. I mean, and especially again, like, I might not buy it, but I'm super excited that Hasbro is making something that some of you want. That's awesome.
Yes. Yep.
This is awesome.
This is great. I had wondered if they had given up with the Night Force thing and just gone just to the dire tech stuff, but this shows me that they definitely did not. And hitting it back with Psych Out is pretty sick. I wondered how they were going to do a modernized version of him, and
I like it.
Done.
I really like it. In fact, the Night Force version was what made me really consider using Psych Out in play.
Yeah.
Because I really disliked the colors, his giant head, all those things I disliked very much about the original figure. But when I got the Night Force one, I saw him, I was like, oh, okay. I know I got the Outback and Crazy Legs set. And then a little bit later, I got the Psych Out set. So, yeah, this is cool.
Really cool. Yeah, look, Rakondo's body completely. But some nice new pieces, nice new accessories.
Yeah, the secondaries are beautiful.
Really cool. Yeah, I think that's awesome. I'm not excited about having to dick with ordering one on Walmart, so I might just wait it out, see what happens. But
that's kind of my plan, man. I
it looks good.
I know it's become kind of a joke amongst fans, but you order it, you get online, you get on there and you order it, and then 6 months later, for some unknown reason, it just gets canceled.
Yeah.
And even people that are ordering like a couple of multiples, that have different carts full, different orders separate, are getting like all of them canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And Walmart is terrible about saying, hey, this is shipping. At least Amazon's like, hey, we moved the shipping date.
Right.
It's going to arrive. It's going to arrive in 3 days. So guess what? You better have money ready. Walmart doesn't even do that. They just act like, oh, your card didn't go through, so we canceled it.
Yeah.
Which is one of the things that Target does that drives me crazy, is they take it as a pre-order. It's out of your account for a few days. Then it's gone. And it's at random intervals. They just charge your account for it. And then it's gone. And then one day it shows up at the door.
Yep. Very strange. Irritating.
Okay, Woody, there's two ways, right? If it's a resin print, those little hairs are usually, those are just little where it had supports in it, and I use one of those little Harbor Freight has those little sets of like 4 orange handled dental picks, and I just use one of those and knock them off. If it's a FDM type print, a little Scotch Brite, knock them off. And then if that edge is still rough, you can gently, don't soak it, but rub some acetone on those bumpy edges, and they'll smooth out. And just let them cure as they smooth, and then hit it with another little cotton swab of acetone. And just let it work, because if you go too far, then you got to do a bunch of filling and fixing. But Scotch Brite seems to be the Scotch Brite, or any kind of Brillo type pad that you can just cut it off, knock it off. Especially if you're going to paint it.
Steel wool works good too.
Yeah, steel wool if you're the type of person that doesn't mind. On the stiletto, yeah, just if it's on the red part, do the FDM thing. If it's on the just hit it with Scotch Brite. If there's something on the main body or the accessory pieces like the nose or the tail fin, just try to knock those off with something. They'll pop off, and then just put a little sanding paper on it, sand it smooth.
I've also ran a lighter across it, just like real quick, and just
on the FDM. Yeah, you can use a lighter. It slightly melts it and knocks the edges down, and just let that cool before you touch it. Do that a couple of times, you'll get it kind of in shape. And as it's warm, you can push push something flat up against it to get your shape back while it's warm. Just kind of sculpt it a little bit. Yeah, that's the best thing to do, Woody. When Travis printed those and I saw the first ones, that's what he said. He said, you just take a little steel wool and knock them off. They'll come right off. The first one I had, that's what I had to do with the outside and the inside. There were just hairs, and they just come right off. They should. If you have trouble, man, holler at me and we'll figure it out. Friday is at 7 Central.
That's right. So yeah, that's
anytime seriously, just if something is, if you can't get past it, just hit me up on Messenger or Instagram, and we can talk about it. I want you to have a good experience putting it together.
So yeah, that's all of them. Coming up on our 2 hours, so we'll wrap her up. Let y'all get into your Sunday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I said it earlier. I'll say it again. Thank you guys so much for the support, showing up for us when we're at a show. It was so great seeing you. This last month, we got to see almost all of you, and it's really appreciated. Next show, I'm not sure, Mikey and I got to talk about what next show is going to be, but today we just thought we'd basically share with you guys what 9 extra hours in the car we talked about. So
that's about right.
I'll probably share that with you. The show is always like comes back to me and Mikey and our experiences, and I love it. Talked to 610 JoJo Daddy at the show, and it reminded me what this is really about. We kind of get caught up in trying to find this or that, and at the core, this is about me and him and our adventures and the things we do together. The product is secondary to the relationship, and you guys make that real every week, or every time we do a show.
Right. Yeah. Well said. Well said.
Hey, the product's pretty good too, though.
The product is pretty good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, we have a few. Mikey got something put together. We had, I think, 4 at JOEFEST. So
Yep.
You have those. You have those,
some.
right? You have
Mhm.
those in your inventory. So yeah, if you just holler at him and
two different kinds. So one has LED strips. I'll show these off real quick.
yes,
One has strips and then 2 bulbs, so you can run the strips around the thrusters to get you light around, and then the bulbs could go in the cockpit. Or I have one that's just 4 bulbs where you would just center them behind the thrusters, and they use this 3.7 milliamp battery, and there's a charger with it. So this one, I have one of each of these. The one with the strips is $35, and the one with all bulbs is $25.
now I will say, just a flip the script there on the one with LED strips. You could also run those strips in the side of the cockpit.
Oh yeah.
And light that whole cockpit like with that red glow,
Right.
which would probably look pretty cool because it would still shine through the clear instrument panel.
Yep.
You could do whichever you think looks coolest and gives you the look that you want. It's just a little more flexibility in how you light
the strips are really, really flexible, and you can cut them down. So if you only want it to be like, this long, you can trim it off and it doesn't affect it at all. They're pretty cool. I found them looking into RC car lighting and stuff. So, but because I wanted those to be plug and play, I had to do a few different, adapters. So it's daisy chained together. So it's a lot longer than it needs to be, but without having to solder or make connections. And
there's plenty of room in the hull to spool them up and put a little wire tie or something on them to keep them.
Sure.
You're not going to have stuff hanging out of the plane. You got plenty of room and it gives you room if you want to alternate your runs, however you want to do it.
And it has an on and off switch. So if you want to mount the switch somewhere where you can reach it and then run all the wires, in the fuselage, you can do that. I've got one of each of those, and then the other ones are a little different. Like one has yellow strips instead of the red strips, and then one of them is a little more akin to the Starfighter version. So it's got like blue and white instead of red or yellow or orange. So if anybody's repainting one or wants one for that, I have one of those. And if not, it'll probably just come to AR with me and be displayed with a white one. It's probably so
fair.
So that's that. So I do have a couple of those. So if you're looking for one, I have options. Tonight at 7, Customizers Collective. It's on GI Customs channel. I think Smudge usually links it to his channel. If I have time, I will do the same. But that's at 7.
You're doing is this the Manta Ray or the Manta?
This is the Manta.
Mail away.
Yep, the mail away Manta, which is, those that don't know, this was the Manta. Little parasailing deal. So we're doing patriotic themed ones for 4th of July. So the 4 of us have had no contact with each other about what each other one's doing or anything like that. So it's always a fun surprise to see what we do with it. I'm always curious to see what kind of Gundam model Smudge assaulted and turned into some kind of incredible transformer. So tune in for that, because that's going to be fun. And then I think we did figures as well. I am doing a figure with mine. So that's going to be fun. Next week, Two Silly Goose presents JMK Custom Works Live. Me and Tony will be doing our thing while I do some painting. I have several projects I need to get done to send off so that people have them to display at San Diego Comic-Con. So busy week for me coming up. And then Friday, Figure It Out. Legend Series is joining us, and I don't know if we have it nailed down, but I think we're going to do a war movie bracket. So 24 war movies, and I think that's what we're gonna do. I think that's everything I have. Pops, you got anything?
I don't. What is the date of SDCC?
July 24th or something. I think.
I would love to go to that someday. That seems like a hell of a show to show up at.
That's, what does that say? That's weird. July 23rd through the 26th.
I've never gotten to see the Hot Toys booth.
That would be pretty intense.
And that would just be glorious.
That would be pretty intense. But
and to go somewhere that actual Hasbro G.I. Joe has a presence would be nice.
Yeah. But yep, 23rd through the 26th. So I got to get some stuff done for that. Luckily, most of it's finished. I just have a little bit to do, some detail work, and I can send that off to Big Bad Mike so that he can have it for the show.
Sweet.
Yeah. That's all I got, guys. Again, Dad, I want to thank you so much for the support. Thanks for coming out to the shows. Thanks for coming to the streams. Thanks for the engagement, likes, the shares, the subscribes. We appreciate it very, very much. Appreciate you guys spending your Sunday morning with us. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great week. Until we see you again, you have a good one. All right. Later.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Eat my short.
Go fuck yourself. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Flush that turd down the drain. Avenge me! Avenge me!
Thank you. Thank you.